I'm here to hike Myakka River State Park. We're going to head out to Oak Grove campsite today. But before we do, we're going to take a quick walk up to the Canopy Walk Nature Trail, and we'll check out the Canopy Walk. It's only about a 1-minute walk from the parking lot to get over here to the Canopy Walk and Tower. And there's a little bird sitting up top as well. You can see where the wild hogs have been tearing up. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. No, the ground in here. They make a mess. The resurrection fern, one of my favorite plants. They look dead until you get a little bit of a rain, then they come to life. Here's a good close-up of the resurrection fern. You can tell we haven't had rain in a while. We're going to start heading down the Power Line Road. It's just a short walk before we cut off into the woods and the prairies. This is a good place to park and a good place to get started. One thing to look for is when you're out here, you see all this prairie land, but up there's a tree line. So the trail actually turns left right at that tree line, heads out towards Bee Island campsite. And as expected, right amongst the trees here, we find a trail. The Florida Trail Association maintains this site. So we're headed out to Bee Island for a break, 2.3 miles. So far the terrain is very typical of Florida. You can see behind me the live oaks, and I'll turn the camera around here, and you can see we're transitioning into a prairie, which oftentimes is flooded in the rainy season. Again, the trail is marked really well. Here we see the turn to Bee Island campsite, another mile to go. So this is a short trip. I'm just doing an out and back, one night out. I've not been out here before. It's supposed to be pretty close to a full moon tonight, and I love being out here on a full moon. There's supposed to be 3 more people at the campsite tonight, according to the ranger station. But I have not seen anyone since I started my hike this morning. So okay, we're getting close to Bee Island Camp, and we've got the Bee Island Cross Trail. So Bee Island isn't actually an island. It's more of an island of shade amongst the sun-baked prairie. Not very crowded. But here is the pitcher pump, which does need to be filtered. Okay, got my chair set up. I'm gonna sit here and relax for a few minutes, have a snack, and get something to drink. Okay, I am eating a no-cal protein bar, peanut butter chocolate chip. Dairy free, apparently. 21 grams of plant protein, 1 gram of sugar, gluten free, non-GMO, soy free, vegan. I don't know about this. 190 calories. Never had one. We'll see how it goes. Just to give you an idea of what this looks like, not all that appetizing from an appearance perspective, but I have to say it's pleasantly tolerable and filling. So I would eat these again. We just came into this nice little stand of live oaks, and I found a sign tells me that my Oak Grove campsite is only 5 miles away. So let's keep on trucking. I found some more shade. Feels good. I see a sign. Hopefully it's got good news for me. Bobcat Cross Trail, Bee Island Cross Trail. It's kind of hard to find the trail going through here. Places where it's overgrown. And you find an area that looks like a path. Stay on it, and it comes and goes a little bit. Luckily, Google Maps is showing me right on the trail. See a red blaze on that tree, so we are heading in the right direction. Wonder why these little hammocks exist out here. It's because they get some water. This is actually the dry season right now, and there's still a little bit of water pooling back in here. Luckily, we don't have to walk through it today. I love seeing these big pine trees in here. I just opened, let's see if we're doing this. I just opened Google Maps, plotted my way to the campsite, and it says I'm 14 minutes away. Okay, this bridge has probably seen some better days. You can see remnants of the prescribed burns that they do. Some trees that are charred, obviously. The palm tree's charred, but as you get further back in there, because it's wet, those trees are protected somewhat. So those trees stand. But out here, the bigger trees get burned up, and it maintains the prairie, as I understand it. And finally, I see a sign, 3/10 of a mile. All right, here we go. It looks like we made it. Wow, cool breeze just hit me. There are 4 campsites in this area. They have fire pits and posts to hang things on. And I have taken the one back here in the back. And since it's going to be in the mid-60s, I just have a mosquito net and the tarp. I'm probably not really going to even need much of a blanket tonight. But I do have a sleeping bag liner just in case. I'm cooking up a feast. Tonight is one of my favorite camp meals. I have chicken tortilla soup cooking up. So we'll give it another 5 minutes, have some chow, and then watch the sunset. Well, I slept great last night. Even slept in a little bit this morning. You can see the sun's already coming up. And you can see that the moon is going down. Gonna get some breakfast and hit the road. A little bit of a late start. It's 8 o'clock. The sun is already up. It always takes me longer to pack up in the morning than I expect. But this should be an easy hike because today we are going to take the road and the old railroad grade down to the power lines over the parking lot. Well, here's something I wasn't quite expecting on this road. Hopefully we can find our way around it. Well, it's wet underneath the grass, but the grass, oops. Well, now the feet are soaking wet. Although the road itself is not the greatest hike, the scenery is quite fantastic. I love walking through the prairies, then the oak hammocks, back into the prairies and the wetlands. It's just beautiful. Well, it's starting to get crowded out here. I see another hiker way behind me in the distance. We'll see if he catches up to me. Sarasota has an interesting history. It was here for a long time, obviously, but what really put it on the map was a socialite from Chicago named Bertha Palmer. And there are any number of things around Sarasota named after Bertha Palmer and her family. But Myakka River State Park used to be her cattle ranch. And at some point before she died, she gave the land to the state for Myakka River State Park. This area floods in the rainy season, so you can get an idea. The flood marker here that goes up to 4 feet. Well, there's a pig right up ahead. We're not gonna get too close. Hey, pig! Move out! Move out, pig! Go on! You can do it! There we go. Don't want to sneak up on him. There's a little thing of water over here. Let's see what we see. There he is. There he is. There. That's a nice little alligator. Let's see if we can get a little closer. You gonna let us come in and get a picture, huh? There he is. Well, this is interesting. Nice little piece of water that we have to get around. Put up the warning sign for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get muddy. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for that hiker behind me, just so that we can endure this together. Water's actually pretty cool, feels good. And another hike is in the books. Back at the parking area, the trailhead, right at Powerline Road. Pretty good hike. I wasn't expecting to see the wildlife today that we saw. That was a nice surprise, walking along the road. I think I'll go grab something cold to drink.